What if Lucy never joined Fairy Tail? How would this affect the Fairy Tail Guild?
Don't blame me if I break you. I will not let you destroy my world! GokuT23! Let's do this!
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Fairy Tail Discussion, where we do what if segment and top 10 discussion for Fairy Tail. Today is going to be my first Fairy Tail segment. I always do weekly segment on Dragon Ball Z, and a lot of people kept requesting me on doing Fairy Tail segment, and I saw that Fairy Tail is just like Dragon Ball Z when it comes to segment, because there are a lot of what if scenario when it comes to Fairy Tail. So this is going to be my very first Fairy Tail segment, and today's discussion is going to be about what if Lucy never joined Fairy Tail? How would this impact Lucy's life, and more importantly, how would this impact the members of Fairy Tail? When I sat down to do my script, I saw that it would have been a lot of flaws if Lucy never joined Fairy Tail. So for those people who don't like Lucy, after watching the video, you'd be like, wow, it's a good thing that Lucy joined Fairy Tail. So like, as always people, at the end of the discussion, let me know your thoughts. So everybody, let's get to my Fairy Tail discussion. What if Lucy never joined Fairy Tail? Alright, so the first thing that would have happened if Lucy never joined Fairy Tail is that Natsu and Happy would have been rich from destroying the Daybreaker book. The only reason why they didn't destroy the Daybreaker book was because Lucy read the book and she told the guy that this book was your father's book and that he left this book for you, his final words. And therefore, Natsu didn't want to accept the money because he said Fairy Tail doesn't run like that. But if Lucy wasn't there, no one would have never read the book, and therefore Natsu would have gone and destroyed the book and get his cash money. But then no big deal right there. After a couple weeks, Natsu would have lost all that money because he would have spent that money on food. Now, once Urza comes back from her job, she would have asked Natsu and Gray to come along with her to stop Lullaby. No Lucy, and if Lucy's not there, here's one flaws. Once when they go to Lullaby and when they got inside this train station, they would have been trapped inside the train station due to that little wind barrier there. And if they were trapped, it would have been over for the Magic Council member. But knowing Makarov, he would have somehow managed to stay alive. The only reason they got out was because of Lucy. She had her Celestial Spirits wizard Vergro, and she digged them a hole to get out there. But if Vergro wasn't there, they would remain stuck inside that place until the wind cooled down. Now when it comes to Ganula Island arc, nothing would have changed right there because that arc was pretty much based on Gray and Natsu, mostly Gray, so Lucy didn't really have much help inside of Ganula Island, so everything would have remained the same. Now one huge con for this discussion is that if Lucy never joined, Gajil and Juvia wouldn't join Fairy Tail. Why? The only reason why Gajil and Juvia decided to join Fairy Tail was because Phantom Lord decided to attack Fairy Tail, and they didn't attack Fairy Tail just out of the blue. They attacked him because Lucy's dad paid him to attack Fairy Tail just so that he could get Lucy back. And because of that, once when that happened, that's when Fairy Tail met Phantom Lord, and that's when Gajil saw Natsu and Fire Dragon, and that's where Juvia saw Gray, her beloved. But if that never happened, Juvia wouldn't know about Gray, and Gajil would have no idea about Fairy Tail. He wouldn't have no interest joining Fairy Tail. And if you talk about Lucy's life, her life will remain to be miserable. The only reason why Lucy left her home was because she couldn't handle it. She wanted to go and join Fairy Tail. It was her dream to join Fairy Tail, and that she didn't like her life with her dad. Her dad was a really bad dad, and she wanted to get away from that house. Now when it comes to Urza and Natsu and Gray, I believe that they would not have been so close as they were inside Fairy Tail. Why? It's because of Lucy. Lucy brought them to be close. Otherwise, Natsu would have seen Urza as a monster who is so strong. Gray would not like Urza, and Gray and Natsu always remain to hate each other. But because of Lucy, she made them realize that Urza, Natsu, and Gray are really good friends. Now another loss right here for Fairy Tail is that Loki would have died if Lucy never joined Fairy Tail, because if you remember, the Celestial King was about to take Loki's life, but Lucy went and begged him and when the Statue King saw someone like Lucy, the words that she said to him, it got to him and he decided to give Loki a second chance. But if Lucy wasn't there, Loki would have died. Now when it comes to Heaven of Tower, I'm pretty sure Jalal would have found a way to bring Urza towards into Heaven of Tower because he needs this plan to go on. And if that happened, knowing Natsu, he would have still gone to help Urza because although they're not so close, Natsu never says no to any team. He's always there to back you up. So Natsu would have gone to try to help Urza and save her from Heaven of Tower. Another con right here is that Luxus wouldn't go and do this whole game thing to become the next guild master. The only reason why Luxus got so mad at the Fairy Tail Guild and decided to do a game just so that he could be the guild master was because Fairy Tail lost to Phantom Lord and that Phantom Lord destroyed their guild, and that really pissed him off, and that they did all this just to protect Lucy, and that got him really upset. He said that he should have gave Lucy in instead of fighting, and because of that he decided to do this game so he could be the next head master. Now if Luxus never did this game, here where the con happens. Mira Jane wouldn't awaken her she-devil form. The only reason why Mira Jane awakened her she-devil form was because Freed pissed her off as he was about to hurt Elfman. He was like hurting Elfman and she couldn't bear the fact that Elfman's in pain, so her she-devil awakened inside her. But if Luxus never did this game, she would not awaken her she-devil. They would have gone and meet the Rasha and say Wendy would have met them. Wendy would have joined Fairy Tail because it was Urza who told her to come join Fairy Tail, but now this is where everything's going to change. Once when the Endless arc starts, pretty much Fairy Tail members, all the Fairy Tail members would have died in Endless because they were transformed into giant lacrimons, and the only ones who weren't transformed were Natsu, Happy, Carlisle, Wendy, and Lucy. There were the only 5 people who weren't transformed into lacrimon, including Gajio. But like I said, it's because of Lucy, Gajio joined Fairy Tail. If Lucy wasn't there, Gajio would not join Fairy Tail, and therefore no one would have broke that lacrimon, and that the king from Ellis would have gone and destroyed the lacrimon. And therefore, Fairy Tail would have died in Endless, and that's how Fairy Tail would have ended if Lucy never joined Fairy Tail. And also, if you think about it, it was because of Lucy Kana had the guts to go tell Gildar that she's his daughter. Otherwise, she would have never told Gildar that she's his daughter. So that would have been one loss right there. But because of Lucy, Kana had the guts to go tell her father this news. So yes, that is all for today, people. Let me know your thoughts of what you think would have happened if Lucy never joined Fairy Tail, and how you think this would have affected Fairy Tail. Like I said, a lot of things would have changed inside Fairy Tail, and if you think about it, having Lucy in Fairy Tail was actually a really good idea. Lucy may seem useless, but when you continue watching Fairy Tail, she becomes useful, and Lucy grew into me. I'm starting to like Lucy, and she is a really good character. That is all today, people. Let me know your thoughts. If there's anything like about this Fairy Tail discussion we're going to talk about, please give me a like. That would be amazing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I'll greatly appreciate it. I'm GokuT23. Have an insane day, people.